felt like I need to answer some of your questions. I did a post this morning, and many of you wrote to me and asked me, can you show us how you actually done this beautiful frame? So I'm going to try to explain to you how it is done. All right, I'm going to flip the camera so you can see how this frame look like. So I've been working on this frame for the whole last night, and many of you just fell in love with this frame, the artwork, and you wonder how I made them, right? So in this video I hope I can give you an idea how you can do this without hassle, because it's actually very simple. I'm just going to explain to you how this is done. All right, let me put the camera on top so I can see you. So let's see if I can answer your questions. This one, for example, I find that this is the most beautiful thing I've ever done, and I was so excited, so I put a post out this morning. And after a while, you know, just a few hours, and quite a lot of you asked me how this is done, and you want me to show you how it is done. The thing is that this is already been done, so I will just simply explain to you how this can be done. You can do this easily at home. So what you need is to find some pictures on the internet. For me, I like to go to Pinterest. There has a lot of pictures where you could get like a template like this one, for example. So I'm just going to give you a few examples. I like this type of artwork because I think they are very detailed and very pretty to look at. So this is actually an example of this one. Can you guys see? It's actually a duplicate of this one. So if I put myself like that, yeah. So first step, find a picture. Second step, print out. You have to have a printer. And then third step, if you have like a transparency, the one that you use for a projector is fine. If you don't have that transparency, I have that in my video description. Amazon has them. In fact, I also include the product link of this frame. Not exactly the same one, because I realized the one that they have in Amazon is without this gold in color. It's not black. There are also black also. So if you scroll down, you will see more choice. So the transparency you print out, right? So you get a picture like that. So you put that transparency on top, and then you use this we call that the Sakura white jelly pen. I like to use this pen because I use this a lot in almost everything. I like to do a lot of blackboard, like writing on a black piece of paper. So and I like to practice my handwriting. So I think this is a very good way to transfer the picture, because otherwise, if you have a printer, you need to make sure that your printer has white in color, and I don't think so you can find that. So the easiest way is to put the transparent paper on top, and then you just trace everything. I know that this dotted line can be, you know, this dotted line, they are, if you want, you can zoom in and take a look. they are actually dotted line. So what I did was that I just used the tip of my pen and I just dot them. And then the effect look exactly like this. Can you see it? It's very difficult to see. Can you see? Oh, it's too bright, yeah. So this way, you will get like a depth of feel. So after you have used the pen and draw out the layout, let it dry completely before you put them between this glass. The only things that I am concerned is like I actually print the wrong size. So let me give you an example. You have to make sure this size and this size is like one big and one small, right? So you have to make sure that you're getting the right size. Let's see. Is this more out? Yeah, it is more out. It's very pretty, right? Do you agree? So the size for this frame is actually A5. So make sure when you print, you have to look at the settings. Otherwise, you end up printing that is too small. This is far too small compared to the one that is supposed to be the right size. For example, you see the size. So this will be, you know, you want to fill up the whole space because you're going to hang this in the window. So it's going to, it's better it is big. It's beautiful, huh? Have you tried or would you think that you will try making this? I think this is a really fun project because you can literally do anything. You know, you can find all kinds of picture. And when LG, my partner, saw this frame and this artwork, he said, wow, did you print it? I said, I didn't print it. I just used my white pen and I'll just trace it on the transparency and then I'll just transfer them. So you really don't need to have any skill at all. You just need to understand, okay, use the right kind of pen, because I think this pen is not only very easy to use, it dries very quickly and it is extremely lasting. I think this pen I use quite often. I think the last time I bought was like 3 years ago and it's still working. So this is a really good pen. If you want to get hold of this pen, it's in the video description too. So it's really not that difficult. So what I like about this pen, because it is so fine, right? Let me give you one more example. This one I think is quite nice too. Do you like this one? Rick, do you like this one? I think this is pretty too. Oh, maybe it's difficult to see from the, it's too near, yeah. Do you like this one? Ah, okay. Yeah, on metal could be very nice too. So this is, I like this one. This is the first one I done. Then after that I said, wow, it's really nice. And because this pen is very fine, so on certain parts like this, you know, you have to like double line it. Otherwise it will not stand out because this pen is too fine. There are also pens that are thicker, but you know, I noticed, I think I have a few that is already dried up, but I like, particularly like this Sakura, the one that's made in Japan. It is very lasting and then it is fine, and then when you double stroke, you know, it will give you a very, very thick effect. So for the rest of the line, I'm just using one stroke. Let me see if I can show you an example. Yeah? Okay. Okay, I can read your comment from here. It was really difficult for me to read the comment because I have to go very near like this. Hi, Michelle. Are you from Japan? Kawaii, the bomb dot Ron. No, I'm not from Japan. I'm from Singapore. So, I don't know. Singapore, we like art and craft, but we don't have the time to do that. Michelle, this one is really pretty, right? I think this is something that you can do if you have a big window and you want to hang up your, because when the sun shine, oh, my neighbor, I took it down just now because I hang it up in my bedroom, and I was lying there and I was looking at it. And then I noticed people stop and stare at my window because they were like wondering, you know, how I do this. So I think this can be a really eye-catching kind of art, especially if you have like a, now that the weather is like very cold and very dark. You know, our sky is like dark at already 3 o'clock already dark. So it can be a really very eye-catching. Japan threw you off. Threw you off. Why Japan threw you off? The product threw you off, or is it the people threw you off? Or the country threw you off? I don't know. Japan nowadays, very low profile. I don't know why. Now Korean is like gapping up, coming up very fast. And I think Korean product nowadays is like, you know, compatible to Japan. We use, in Singapore, we use a lot of Japanese product because during my time, which was during the 80s, you know, all our stationery are from Japan. I don't know why. We don't have stationery like made from Vietnam or made from Korea, mostly from Japan. So I quite like the quality in their stationery. Is quite lasting, very funky, a bit expensive, but I think it is worthwhile paying the price. And I'm sure there are also many other good brands also. So this is something that I would recommend that you do if you have this frame. And I have somebody who asked me another question is that, hey, can I use a normal frame? Because normal frame you only have one glass, right? Because the transparency is in between. You see, I pulled out a bit just now. It's in between, so that you know you have to have two glass. And you have to have the construction whereby you can slip in two glass and with the transparency in the center. I think this one was nice too, and this one is also another pretty one. Do you like this one? Do you like this? I like this not because it is the kind of mushroom that I like. It just reminds me of masutake. Masutake, when they're big, they are like that. So I like this one very much. You know, I have been doing craft the whole day today. So maybe I'll show you what am I doing. And also, by the way, don't throw away all this, okay? Because I have an idea. Let me just quickly run to my table here. So I've been just, you know, very crafty today, but then I was thinking, oh, I craft so much today and I didn't go on live, so it's a bit unfair to you guys. But I'm going to show you what I do, okay, and what I've been doing the past few days. And some of the things I am actually heating the oven, and I'm baking my earrings in my oven. So while waiting for it, I thought, why not hop on live streaming and catch up with you guys. You love that, no? Wow, Michelle. What are you doing so late, Michelle? Okay, this one. This is done by also the same concept. I print these. I found pictures from the internet. So I just use my printer and I print this. And then these are actually the mason jar lid. You know, one story about this is that I am actually a prepper. So I try to prep. I do a lot of conservation, preservation on meat. So I thought I could, you know, use my pressure cooker to preserve the meat. At the end, I didn't know that the size doesn't fit the one that I have at home. So at the end, I have to either throw it away or I didn't throw away, thank God. So I kept it and I decided to do like artwork like this. I think this was pretty cool too. So what I have in mind is that I'm going to cut this picture, and if possible, if I have a laminate somewhere, I have actually a laminate machine, but I don't know where is it. So you can actually laminate this and make them into a smaller picture and put them like this. You like this? I think this is pretty cool, right? Not so I think it will be nice with black and white too. That's why I was thinking about this. So maybe I'll make another one. Okay. Things like that, you know, and you don't have to be like the whole mushroom. You can be cutting like a certain part of the mushroom, and I think it can be quite cool. Like this also, you can cut the details. So, and then you just paste it on your mason jar lid. I'm going to show you one thing, okay? I promise to keep you guys update on the egg carton. The Morel one is really beautiful, huh? Yeah. Let me just show you, okay, what happened to my egg carton. This was sitting in front of me for the past 3 days after I've made this the live video. And then I show you guys it didn't really work and I tried to form it and then it become very sticky. So I left it beside my window and I was looking at it every day, and then I decided, okay, I'm gonna do something about that. So what I did here was very crazy. This is actually my my bowl from the kitchen, because you need to, you know, I need a shape of a mushroom. So this is actually a sauce bowl from my kitchen. So the egg carton, if you missed that live streaming, I'm just going to briefly explain to you how I DIY this clay. You know those egg carton, right? I just tear them, soak them in water overnight, and then I think it was like 3 days later, then I remember, oh, I forgotten the egg carton. So I took it out, then I use a food mixer and then I mix it until they are very, very smooth. I thought it's very smooth, but it's not very smooth. So at the end, I squeeze out all the water, and then I did a live stream and I said, okay, now we're going to add glue and we're going to add flour, and then we'll see how this works. So it didn't turn out the way I expected, because it was like, you know, the pieces is like not very fine and it doesn't have this clay effect. So I thought, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna throw it away? No, I'm not gonna throw it away, because I put in a lot of time in this. So this one, I put them in a bowl, and this one is actually a decoration, you know, LG's favorite glass decoration, which happened to be a round glass. Inside there are some balls. No, there are some fish, not the real fish like the glass. So I thought, okay, I like the shape of it. So I thought, okay, let's try. So I started off with this one, and then I put a piece of plastic, those thin film, how do you call that, plastic wraps, right? So I wrapped them because I was thinking it might be difficult to take out if I put it on, because there are glue and flour in this clay. So I'm really curious to see. It's starting to dry out, so I don't know if I want to bake them in the oven, because it's not supposed to be baked, it's supposed to be air dry. So it will be exciting to see what happened tomorrow, okay? And this one, I have a Korean bowl, my Korean bowl. So I thought the shape was very, very nice. And these are just 100% egg carton clay, but this is not. This is, you know, my cheating, my cheating sculpture, where I put oh, Elge, I have a timer in my this oven, so it will turn off by itself. Okay, anyway, I'm going to show you how it look like, okay, later on. So can you stand off mean oven, and then can you bring the tray here for me? I'm going to show my audience how it looks like. So this is, inside is aluminum foil. So what I do is this, I just take one sheet of marine, I just crush them, and then I form them like a sausage. And then outside it, I've just put the clay, and hopefully it works. Okay, it's not heavy at all, because this way you will save at least 70% of your clay. So I think it's a very smart way. I just hope that it works. So this 1, 2, 3, it has 3 stamps. So I hope that it will dry as I expected it.
Hot.
It's hot. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, it's hot now. It's really hot. Okay, I'm gonna show you this later on. All right. So this is going to be air dry. So I hope tomorrow I can show you. All right. If I have the time, I'm going to live stream tomorrow. I'm going to live stream how to paint these earrings. So let me just put this aside. Oh, it's so fun, this one. And then let me just show you this. Oh, it's hot, LG said. Okay, this is my cute little mushroom. Oh dear, look at that. Isn't this cute? Michelle, did you recognize just now that brown paper that I used? I hope you don't think that I'm using this as a garbage. I actually reuse it over and over. Actually, Michelle gave me this paper. It's actually for takeaway. In Singapore, we used to pack chicken rice during the old time. So Michelle, she's so cute. She bought this in Singapore, and then I got a few sheets from her. So thank you, Michelle. And also this one. This is like, you wonder what is this going to be, right? It's hot. It's hot already. Okay. Let me just show you what I have in mind. Actually, this one, I'm thinking of doing a clip like that. Let me see if I can take it out. Oh no, it cannot be taken out. Okay, now I have to cut it because I've forgotten to take out the So I have a paper, not a paper clip. This is like a mini clip, right? So what I have in mind, this is actually inspired by IKEA. I saw they have a Christmas decoration where you just need to glue this on to your clothing clips, and then you can use this as like a gift. You wrap a present and then you just put the mushroom in, or you can just clip it on your Christmas tree, right? So smart. So what you need to do is just use what do you call that, the oh, I got glue here. So what you need to do is just use a glue gun, put the glue on top, and then you just do like that. Then you can clip it on your Christmas tree or give it away. So I made two. Actually, I wanted to show you guys how I do it. But because before that, I want to lac them. So I'm planning to lac them tonight and then let them sit in this room. And then tomorrow it will be shining and pretty. So tomorrow I'm going to show you how to do the earring. I'm going to show you how to use it. Good that you have use of the paper. Yeah, thank you. So this is also another one which I am going to use this with this. I'm going to use this 2 mushroom to show you how I do a Christmas decoration using the conservation lead, or what do you call it, mason jar lead. So I make these 2 cutie pie, hoping that I can make something useful. And also I have chanterelle. Oh, this one can be removed. So I'm going to lac them. I'm not going to take it out because I need to lac them. But they dry very, very fast. This is the normal cheap clay that I use. And I usually doesn't like to dry them in the oven. But today, since I'm drying the earrings, so I thought I'm going to just try just for half an hour for 110 degrees Celsius. And now it's completely dry and hot. So now it's just left to lac it. And here's my tiny little earring, which I'm so excited. I don't know whether you can see. Can you see from here? Maybe here, maybe here. So I actually did a chanterelle. Let's see if you can see from here. The lighting is terrible. But do you know that you can actually zoom in using just your hand to zoom in and see my my pretty hand. So this clay is very different from this clay. It's totally different. This one is not as heavy as this one. This is a Fimo clay. It looks like this. I never used this before, so this is the first time because I want to have a earring. I tried to do this before, but I just felt like it doesn't give me the kind of porcelain kind of look. But I think this is going to give me a porcelain kind of look. So I did a pair of chanterelle. I don't know whether you can see from here. Can you see properly? And I also did one question. Those of you who are picking mushroom, all right, tell me what mushroom is this? Zoom in and see. Can you tell what mushroom is this? Let's see how many of you guess correctly, okay? This one. This is the first one. And this one, of course, everybody knows, you know, chanterelle. And what about this one? This is the number 2. Can you see? Is it too far? Zoom in and tell me if you can see and guess this mushroom. So I'm going to paint this tomorrow. So I'm going to show you how I paint it, and I'm going to show you how I sculpture it. Let me share with you my personal experience, all right? Can you guess? Can you glue? You can also glue some and use it on some magnet. Oh, yes. Yes, that is true. You can actually use them on the magnet. I quite like this clay, you know. I think it feels really smooth compared to the other one that I used to it. That's why I understand why people are using this to make earrings, because it has this really nice porcelain kind of texture. And tomorrow I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? And how I sculpture and how I make my own this kind of ring where I, you know, you have to make holes so that you could hang it like that. I think this could be really, really nice. And I think this one will be my favorite, the chanterelle. And of course, I'm going to paint this also and see if it's good. I find that this is very hard. So it will be very, very fun and interesting to see how this would turn out, okay? So anyone still guessing what mushroom is this? This one is the one. Wrong one. This one. Michelle, what is this? Do you know? Or anyone know what mushroom is this? If you don't know this mushroom, I'm going to be really surprised. And this one, number 2. Okay, this is what I have for you. Tonight I'm going to just lack this before I go to bed. And also over here, I got no space on my table. Let me just show you one more thing. Okay, here I repainted this one today because I didn't like the color. The one thing good is like when you paint something, then you find out, oh, shit, doesn't look so good. So it's going to be, yeah. You're right. You must pair first. Yeah, that's true. I have to pair first. So, Michelle, you're right. It's Kalu one. Okay, this one, I didn't like the color. So that's why I couldn't lack it, because when you paint something and then you just feel like, you're not satisfied. Hold on to it. Don't go and lack it. Keep it dry or keep it there for a few days. So after a few days, I felt like this one was quite good. And this was original brown, but I didn't like the brown color because I don't see there's a tone there, just one color. So just now, I decided to just create a tone so that, you know, you have different texture. And the same with the chanterelle. So this is going to be a wall art. So usually when I do something like that, you know, I don't like to like immediately, because sometimes ideas change and you might find a even more cool idea. So usually I like to just paint them and put them aside. This one is supposed to be with this one. Don't know whether you can see. It's supposed to be like that. So this is going to be, no, it's supposed to be like that. So this is going to be like a wall art. And I was thinking of using this, but then I realized the size was like too big. Well, we'll see what happened, all right? And see if I can still use it. And the same, I repainted this, and then this is going to be like a Christmas decoration. And over here, I also repainted this because I was not satisfied with my previous one. I thought this was better. It has different tone. It looks much more prettier. So this is going to be a wall art also for me. I'm still thinking about maybe I should use this for Christmas because it's red. So, and also this one, this is so cute. It was sitting alone there for a few days now, and I actually wanted to use this for my table. So now that I have the other mushroom, I probably want to think about this. So I like to have like my mushroom around already painted and like, so that you know when my inspiration come, I'll just build something. I'm very fickle-minded person. I like to change. So overall, this is what I have to share with you. And tomorrow I would go on live streaming. If I'm not wrong, it was 11 o'clock. And I hope to see you guys, okay? We're going to have some fun doing more Christmas decoration. And I'm going to teach you how to how to make this cute little earrings using this clay, the one that I showed you just now. Where is it? It ran away. Okay, so do you guys have any questions for me? No question. I'm going to just cut the live streaming and see if I can let this before I close my eyes. If you want to stay tuned, you can watch how I lack my mushroom. I'm gonna show you this paint that I use. This is the lac that I like to use. So usually when I lac my mushroom, I like to put them onto this shell because I can hold it, I can lac it, and then I can put it here so it will not fall. So usually I like to put them like that. It's easier to paint. So when you're holding it, you don't need to dirty your hand. Oh, on this one I've forgotten. I shouldn't have cut it. Anyway, I'm still not too late because I still have the hole on this too. So always remember to put this. This one. Okay. Now let's do this one too. So I noticed this kind of lacquer when you are, how do you call that? When you use it, you have to use the right kind of brush. Because if you are just using normal artist brush, like this kind of brush, natural hair, after using it, it will be hardened like a stick. So recently, I noticed I have one, this kind of, what do you call that? This kind of brush, which is made of synthetic. Is it this? No, it's not this one. Is this? Sometimes you find makeup brush here. Okay, this is like made of plastic. Okay, I find that this is very good because it will not harden my brush. It doesn't smell good. This one smells like what do you call that? The paint. Oh, I forgotten to dry this. Oh, okay. Now this is an example what I mean. You see, the synthetic one, I still can do like that. Okay. So, whereas the other one that I'm using, it's already hard. I think I threw it away. So I'm going to try and use a big one. So I save some time. This kind of lac is not very good to smell them because they are not only, you should wear a mask. Can you see? I'm trying to paint them in front of you so you can see. It's gonna be so shining. See how shining is it, right? So usually I like to paint the feet also. We call this in Swedish food. Food. Make sure you don't miss any part. I suggest wearing out since I'm going to do this very quickly. I don't have a mask at home, so I'm going to try and do this as quick as possible. All right, so this one I'm going to put it here. Then I'm going to just quickly paint this. There are different, I don't know whether I mentioned this before. There are two different types of lac. One is indoor, and this one is for both indoor and outdoor. So when you buy them, make sure you buy the one that is both, because I find that, you know, with the both, I ever paint something for my outdoor art, it really is really good because the color didn't came out, so I'm quite pleased with the result. So look, my tiny little mushroom. When I lac them, I prefer to lac them everything at one time. That's why I don't want to lac them when I've done. I usually like them to dry completely, or I wait for, you know, the rest of my painting done, then I lac them, because I find that if you open the can too often, you know, the smell is like you smell so many times, right? So, and then it might not be lasting too. But I think this one is very good because it didn't dry out. So this one I'm just going to use my hand. I am so stupid. I'm going to take out the seed, the toothpick. How long does it takes to dry after you lac them? Usually it takes, if I'm not wrong, it takes about at least 2 hours to dry them. So they are very easy to dry, because I've ever used other kind of lac before. It takes ages to dry. So I like this one very much because when you lac them, they are very, very pretty after you have lacked them. They are not cheap, you know. I think in Sweden everything is so expensive, especially the crafting. I compared the price. I'm really surprised that actually I thought America, they're from US, Amazon from US. I thought the price was supposed to be much higher than, you know, in Sweden, but and then again you understand all the things that are imported from abroad to Sweden, they will add on very high tax. So actually I find my own personal opinion, I don't know, don't judge me. I just felt like when you are doing something, when you're selling something like craft and all that, you know, I think price should be lower, because craft is a really good mental health aid. So, and also children, and you know, it shouldn't be expensive, and people should be able to be affordable, and you should make it more affordable so people can, you know, afford to do more craft. See, so pretty. Right, you agree now? How many of you agree with me? I think this is something that we should think about. Like, I mean, cigarette and all those things, right? I understand you want to have a higher tax on that, but then let's find that like things like books where you are learning and upgrading yourself, I think it shouldn't cost so much. By the way, this is the first time I've been to Pandura and not buying anything. Last weekend I was there. I was just hanging out. I'm not stingy or what, okay, but I was just hanging out and I was looking at, you know, all the stuff that is around there. And I tell myself, even though I can afford, but I still think that it is too expensive because, you know, things like just a tiny things of ornament, and it's cost like 99 crown. My goodness, so expensive. So I couldn't put myself to buy things like that, you know. And I think about myself, okay, 99 crown, you know, that's pretty expensive. I must well make it myself, you know. And that way I enjoy making it, and then I save money. Like this kind of small things, you know, it's very expensive there. So I don't know. I just feel like price should be, things like that, price should be controlled. That is why I find that when I put my link in my video description, actually I should be wearing gloves. But anyway, when I put my link in the video description for my video, where you can shop directly from Amazon, I also do a lot of checking. I compare prices, and I like to read the description of the product. Like certain product, they're not very environmental friendly, so I usually don't like to recommend that kind of product because not good for health. Like this one, I really had no choice when I buy this leg because I think it smells too much. Oh, God, I got my t-shirt. And then I just felt like we have to, let me just push this aside so you can see what am I doing here. Okay. So, I think these are really pretty now. And anyone have any questions? Let me know. Okay, I'm here to answer your question. I think to keep you guys update, you know, in my project is one way where I could hang out with you guys on this hour. Usually I don't like to do live streaming in the night because as you can see, the light is terrible, and I don't know, it's just not the right light. Look, so pretty, right? Okay, this one I don't want to put it because I want to just let it sit like that. And obviously I can turn it, but we see. I should have worn what do you call it, a glove. Uko. No, this is final two. Oh. Try not to smell it. So pretty. With the leg, it's like a woman putting on a nail polish. So you have this glaze, you know. It's so very important when you when you don't have the glaze. Okay, final one done. I think the earrings I'm gonna paint tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna close this. It smells terrible. So I would suggest you guys paint this outdoor if possible, because we can't paint outdoor. It's so cold now. It's like winter now, and we still haven't got any snow yet. And I can't put them outside for sure because it's too cold and then it will not dry fast. Let me just read the last question. If you guys have any, let's see. Oh, my computer. What's wrong? Okay, let me just see if I have any. Right. Okay, now I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to check my. Okay, what you're going to do with this, right? So what I do is I'm going to take a dry paper cloth, and then I'll just try to just get as much lag as possible before I put the lid on. And because these are made of very fine plastic, so you want to make sure that you air dry them so it will not like join together. I'll see you tomorrow. Sleep well and have sweet dream. Sleep well, Michelle. Bye bye.